All right, guys, what's up? We're back with another episode of the Wedgies podcast. This time we have got Royce from Lad Golf coming to us from Santa Cruz, right?
Yep, yep,
All the way out in
yep.
California. We're currently here right now with like snow flying and rain and sleet, with the majority of the golf courses closed where we're at. How is it looking out by you?
It's not too bad. It's a little overcast, a little bit of rain, but it's not too bad. I mean, I played around yesterday, so it's I can't complain too much. So yeah, it's not too bad out here. We don't I would say like overall, I feel like we have like 2 or 3 months where you maybe can't play golf, but you could play in between there. So it's pretty good.
Oh, we need to be taking a trip out by you. We've got the bug bad up here, and it's just, we're just waiting for a little bit of sun and some clear fairways and greens, and then
Oh
then
yeah.
we'll be good to go. But let's get right into it, man. I mean, so Royce obviously here with Lad Golf. Um, it's LAD Golf.
hmm
Tell us about the name. Tell us what it stands for. Tell us how you got there.
So yeah, it's LAD, Live and Die Golf Collective. So LAD like originally started. It was Live and Die was a company I kind of wanted to start when I was like 16. Um, it's kind of funny because my buddy didn't like the name, so I kind of just put it in my back pocket because me and him were working on a brand, and then just kind of didn't really do anything with it. Wasn't really sure, what direction I wanted to take it in, and then fast forward to when I started kind of, creating clothes and stuff. It was like, well, what do I want to call it, and it just seemed very fitting for it to be Live and Die Golf Collective because essentially like this is the only game you could pretty much play till you die. Like you can't. There's no other
Yeah,
sport that you can do this forever pretty much. There's my wife's grandpa is 83 and he's still hitting the ball almost as far as me out there. So it's like it just seemed very fitting that it's like, yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with like the death side, but it's just like you can play this until your body gives out. I grew up playing hockey and skateboarding and snowboarding, and eventually you kind of have to give all those up, but golf is just the one that it's like you could start from a little, when you're young, and you could just play it, forever pretty much until you can't anymore. So it seemed very fitting
yeah.
for the company name.
I love that name. And the question that I have is, you mentioned having had the idea for years, knew you wanted to start a clothing brand, knew you wanted to do something. Why golf?
Just golf was so little background. I mean, when I was younger, I grew up playing golf a little bit. We had I grew up like 10 minutes away. We had a full 18, but it also had like a short par three course. And so when I was younger, you only need three clubs. So I was out there quite a bit playing. And then, and then I got like a full set of junior clubs later on when I was about like 12 or 13. And then fast forward to like 2020, I was like, it's time to put the junior clubs away and let's get some real irons, and then I've always had a really, really bad slice. So it kind of became like an obsession of like, okay, let's understand why you're slicing, your swing path, club face angle. Let's start like diving into that. And it was just like an insane obsession of just like I couldn't stop thinking about golf, and seeing how much it had changed, over the years, just from 2020, all the clothing that had come out, the style, all the different things, like you don't just have to wear a polo on the course. It was like, man, I want to be in this creative space. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to create clothes like this, And so that's why, it just kind of worked out that it was like, man, I like when I tore my ACL for 5, 6 months I couldn't play golf. I was thinking about my swing every single day. Like, oh, don't forget those things you remembered on the range, because once you're back in it, you got to apply it again. And so it just like it was a different obsession from any other sport I've kind of experienced. And it was always in the background, but it wasn't until like I really applied myself to it that's where the wheel started turning, and it just like became much more of an obsession.
Yeah.
stuff.
There's a couple of things you said there that I kind of want to dive into a little bit more. But the first being, we talk to a lot of founders, a lot of creators in the space. Uh, in your opinion, what makes golf and the golf landscape such a breeding ground for like creativity, especially as of late?
It just seems like it seems so cool. It seems like we're kind of pushing the envelope a little bit more. And like in regards to that, like I mean, like you guys grew up playing golf a little bit, right? You know,
Yep.
like growing up, right? Even like your local muni course, you had to wear a polo, right? Like it was like no question, that was it. And it seems like since it's taken off, the rules have gotten a bit more loose. You know, you can go out there in a t-shirt and stuff, and so kind of seeing that transform, it felt like, okay, you know, I can design stuff that, yeah, you could wear on the course and that you could wear off it, you know, and it could look stylish, and you can kind of show that love for the game off the course, you know, and you can look good doing it. And so that's because that's, I mean, I even mentioned, I can't tell you how many times, you know, like you've been in a bar and you see someone with like a TaylorMade hat on, you know, or a Callaway hat on, and you're like, hey man, you golf? And it's just like, it's golf is a language in its own. You know, you could talk. I've talked to people who could talk for hours, you know, about golf. So I would just wanted to take that style kind of off the course too, and just kind of, you know, create cool stuff for people.
Now
Yeah.
that's awesome. And I mean, just recently, right, you had your first, well, your official launch,
Hmm.
right? Let's talk about that a
Yeah.
little bit. How much time did you spend before the launch? How long has Lad Golf been incubating for?
It's probably been about 7 or 8 months now. I'd say that just slowly getting the wheels turning. I mean, first it started with product development, you know, and so like the issue I've talked to you about it a little bit before, but the issue that I had for about 5 years, I didn't buy any company's t-shirts because nothing fit me right. It didn't fit me
Yeah.
right. You know, I'd throw it in the dryer, it'd shrink up, I could never wear it again. And so I would just buy like blank t-shirts all the time. And so it kind of started like that. And I wanted to, what happened was when I had my torn ACL, I could be on the computer and I could get drops. You know, as soon as clothing drops would come out, I could buy them. And so, you know, if a t-shirt looked really cool to me, I would buy it. So what happened was I bought a t-shirt, it was sick, and yeah, I threw it in the dryer and it was ruined forever. I couldn't wear it anymore, you know. And so I was like, you know what? I've got this time on my hands. Why don't I start like curating my own t-shirts? Like let's start, you know, figuring out stuff. Let's hit up distributors. Let's start using a pre-shrunk cotton, you know. And so the original idea was almost to kind of just create blanks for myself. It wasn't so much, oh, I want to sell it to the masses. And so after a while I was like, you know what? I think I like these are kind of dope. I think that people might like them, you know. And then it was like, well, what do I want to call it? Let's call it Lad Golf Collective, you know? And then it kind of snowballed like that. Then it was, all right, well, how would I want like a polo to look? And let's design that. And let's do a crew neck and let's do a hat, you know, and stuff. And so it kind of just snowballed into something. And I've been pretty fortunate to have, you know, talented friends around me that could, you know, help be a part of this team to formulate it. Cause, you know, I kind of had a plan of how I wanted things to look, you know, and how I wanted to present things. I wanted a good, you know, your product is only as good as how you can sell it, right? You know, and so I wanted to, you know, formulate really good things around that, the content that we put out, the website, you know, all that stuff to help, you know, get this product out to people.
No, that's awesome. And then so obviously a lot of time put into it
Mhm.
before launch, right? Months of
Yeah.
work and anticipation. What was launch day like?
Launch day was cool. You know, it was pretty awesome. It seemed like, you know, the build up towards it, especially because we kept putting out little snippets online, and people were kind of like, you know, what is this? Like, what you know, what are you guys
Yeah.
and stuff? And so, yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, a lot of good reception. You know, from not only, you know, friends and family that I know, but you know, just other customers. wanting to purchase items and being pleased with them and stuff. And so, yeah, overall it was pretty awesome. That's like one feeling I think I'll never get tired of, is like sending my product out to like a different state. It's awesome when it's people I know purchasing it, but it's even better when like I'm sending packages out to Utah, to New York, to L.A. Like that's awesome to me, that like someone out there is wearing our stuff. And so like, that's just like, I compared it to like the high of you playing a bad round and hitting that one good shot that kind of brings you right back in. You're like, oh man, this is it right here. Like, this is awesome. This is like what, you live for.
Do you guys have me still?
I got you.
Oh no, I think my
internet. Do you got Royce or no?
No, he's
I
frozen.
don't have him either.
Now? Oh, gotcha. Dang, dude.
Let's just keep it for a sec. We'll see what happens.
His computer might have died or something. Oh my gosh.
Oh, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
There's also like a clicking coming from your channel. I don't know what it was, kid.
Man.
Were you touching anything or anything?
No. Can you hear me now?
No.
We all good?
We got you now, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. That was strange.
Oh, you're good. No worries.
Okay. Awesome.
You were just talking about how it's like playing a bad round and hitting one good shot.
Yeah, and that just kind of, brings you that kind of that high that you're always kind of chasing, that it's like, it's just like it's an awesome feeling to be able to get your product out there to other people.
Yeah, we do minimal amount of clothing. It's obviously not our like main thing. We do it on the side, but I remember the first time we actually got a order from the UK, and somebody came on, purchased an item, paid for like the $20 or $30 shipping costs and everything. And we were looking at each other like, holy cow, somebody from a different country is willing to spend that much on one of our products because they liked it enough. Right. And so, that kind of sense of addiction to like, oh man, like, what else is in store? What else can we do is kind of addicting. So.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. And I mean, one question that I have for you, the drops here, it's out, it's live, people can go buy it, people have been buying it. I think, that story that you just mentioned is like, you're obviously in the beginning stages of a lot of this, but you're connecting with people already, which I think is gratifying and validating. So like, congrats to you. That's awesome. The fact that you're connecting with people now in your infancy only fuels what you've got going forward. What I want to know real quick is what I noticed about your drop or your first collection right off the bat is it's very simple. It's very concise. It's very capsulated. All the pieces play off each other. You can wear any of them together. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite piece from that collection and why?
My favorite piece is probably either the hat. I like the hats a lot. Or the t-shirt. I think that the t-shirt has like a lot more sentimental value, especially because the background of it, because it fits me really well, and using that pre-shrunk cotton, so it does, I can throw it in the dryer and not really worry about it. And so I feel like, the t-shirt would have to be the one that I like the most, and I like the big graphic on the back, and it kind of catches people's eyes. They're like, like, what is that? What's up with that and stuff. And so I would definitely say the t-shirt has to be the one that I like the most.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm curious too. You mentioned earlier in the pod that you had built or were building another brand with a buddy. What is your background? How did you kind of get started? Not only in the golf space and in L.A.D, but prior to that, like what was the chain of events that led you here?
So that first brand that we were like in high school that we were kind of trying to, it didn't really like go anywhere too crazy. We were like really into the JDM car scene. I used to have like a 240 SX and stuff. And so that one was called Pseudo Dory, which means like street drift in Japanese. And so
Mm-hmm.
we would kind of make edits. Like one of my media guys, we were in film class together in high school, so we would make a ton of car edits all the time, us drifting, messing around and stuff. And so that's kind of like where one of my media guys, I got him from, at least, is us kind of doing that. But Pseudo Dory never really like took off. We made like one t-shirt. I wasn't like fully invested in it, as much as I am now. And to kind of where I got to now, we were talking about, like, you should have seen my feed months ago. I had so many new, oh man,
Uh-oh.
I think we lost him again.
Internet connection. Great. Another one.
Oh, he's like popping in and out.
Dang.
What's that? Oh, it says no hand.
Do I look grainy on yours?
Yeah, it does. It records it at a lower quality, but when you upload it or download it, it's
That's what I was thinking. Okay. We'll see what happens.
Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No worries.
No, what is going on? Yeah, sorry. Where were we? What was the last question? Sorry, what was the last question again?
we were just talking about the brand that you had started with your buddy back in high school,
yes.
Stuff like that.
That's right. Yeah. So yes, had started that one, and yeah, I wasn't fully invested in it too much, and so with starting L.A.D, I kind of saw how I really like wanted to formulate and do things. Yeah, like if you looked at my feed, 6 months ago, it was just full of just startup golf brands. I was seeing every single day new stuff coming out. And so, can you guys still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry. My internet was being weird. So
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I was,
good.
I was seeing I was seeing a lot of like what I didn't really want to do, with the brand exactly. And how, how we kind of wanted to structure it and everything. And so, yeah, I got to take a look at that, and this brand felt like it was more of my own, that I could do things, and we could make things look how we felt that they should look.
That's super cool. One of the last questions that I've got for you is I mentioned a little earlier before the conversation that I was on your website and I was looking at a couple of things, and there was a part on your About Us page that caught my eye that I wanted to chat with you about real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The portion of the site's kind of explaining who you guys are, what you guys do, but there's a part in it that says, as we grow, you'll see a reflection of our interests and qualities fused into the clothing being delivered right to your door. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit and understand a little bit more about what some of those interests and qualities are that we might see going forward.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, the quality of fabric that we're using, for sure. We would never put out a product that we wouldn't wear ourselves. That's not what this company's about. This company is not about, trying to just slap our name on just anything and get it out there. So that, and then also the interest side, I think a lot of people have seen that side in our edits. I love hip hop and stuff, and so that's where you could see a lot of those edits has those qualities in it too. So it's just like a mirror. It's just a reflection of all the stuff we're into. That's what you get with the product, and And that's how I want L.A.D to be. I want people to be proud to wear it. You're a part of this. Every time you're wearing a L.A.D piece of clothing, you're a part of this. You get to represent, what L.A.D is and stuff. And so that feels really cool to do, and to bring that to people.
Yeah. So, kind of in addition to that, you guys have your own interests and things that you're using to fuel the brand. What do you hope is kind of the connective tissue between your customers in addition to golf? So, obviously, most of them, if not all of them, will probably be, big time golfers or at least getting into the space. But what's kind of the
Mm-hmm.
other common theme that you hope they share?
That kind of that they're not really afraid to rock stuff off the course too. That they don't have to just only wear this on the course. That it brings that style too. And to kind of show people kind of new things that they can wear. And give them that. And so you don't have to be into hip hop to wear L.A.D. You can, if it appeals to you, and that's what you like what we have, then power to you to wear it. And all in all, like, this brand is coming straight from passion. The goal isn't to get rich off of L.A.D or anything. This is what I wanted to create. I wanted to put into this space. I wanted to give back to it a little bit. I wanted to put this in and say, here's a product that I want golfers to be proud to wear, and it looks cool, and and you guys, like I said, should you can be happy to wear it.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that's a good place to come from. I think that's some great energy. I think there's quite a few businesses and people that come in here to get rich quick with this expanding
Mm-hmm.
market that is golf, and with this opportunity that is golf. Um, I love that there's more products in this space. I love that there's more diversity in product offerings in this space. There's a little something for everybody. And I think that your energy and the way that you're attacking it and your viewpoint is coming from a great place. You said giving back. I think that's really cool. Like, feeling like the game has given a lot to you and it's done a lot for your life. How can I help others that enjoy the same thing that I do in the game itself? And so I think it's really cool what you guys are doing. Obviously, your designs and your content that you've been putting out is what got us to connect in the first place. So props to you. Keep doing what you guys are doing. Don't skimp
Thank
on
you.
any designs. Keep making it. Use that mirror as you continue
Yeah.
to create. And we're excited to see what you got going forward as well. But the first drop's now live. Everybody can go out and get it. They can go shop it. Royce, tell them where they can go to shop, and tell them where they can go to find you.
Yeah, we are on it's ladgolfco.com, and then we have our Instagram, which is L.A.D.golfco on Instagram, and then we also have just started TikTok too, so you can find us on TikTok now also. So, and just real quick, I just want to say a couple shout outs to my team real quick. The people who are kind of,
Please.
behind L.A.D that help make it. Just wanted to do some shout outs to Lex, my media guys, Devin and Cameron, Rhett, my wife Jade, Alec, Brandon, and Gabe for helping make L.A.D what it's starting to become, and just for what the future holds.
Right on. Yeah,
That's
we're
awesome.
excited to see what's coming down the line and the new designs and kind of everything you're going to be building moving forward. So, good luck with everything.
Yeah, we'll be
Awesome.
following along.
Thank you guys. Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Okay, thanks, Royce.
Thank you.